Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be setting up my 2025 health and wellness planner. This is going to be my first year ever doing a planner specifically for my health and wellness. I am excited, but also not totally sure how I want to mark things. This is definitely going to be kind of a trial run today as far as setting things up. But before I get into that, I want to talk about the planner. So this is an A6 vertical full year common planner from Sterling Ink. The color is caramel and it does have gilded gold edges. And I have to give a big shout out to my friend Erin who gifted me this planner. Thank you so much, Erin. I am so excited to dive into it and start using it today. Since I've never used a planner like this on my channel before, I am going to do a quick flip through. I do have some little sticky tabs in here just to mark what I want to do on certain pages. But here you have a yearly calendar, a couple of blank grid pages, a goal breakdown page, which is really nice, an index calendar, more of a quarterly goals page, or I guess priorities page, with the 3 months laid out and then space for you to write what you want to accomplish each month. And that goes on. Then you have monthly calendars, and those are all together, kind of like in a cousin. Then we get into the weekly pages. And this is set up very similar to a Hobonichi cousin. You have your weekly columns and then some blank space on the sidebar and down bar. And that's really it for the planner. The back is just full of blank pages you can use for whatever you want. I do have some ideas for how I want to set up this planner and what I want to track, but because it's going to be my first time working in this planner, I know it's going to take me a while, so I'm going to speed through the process of me actually filling it out, and when I'm done, I will come back and do a flip through of everything. But before I get started, I want to mention that I'm using a lot of different products in here. I have several packs of mild liners pulled out. I've got a few different Tombow brush pens. I've also got some Stabilo brush pens, washi tapes, and I'm going to use this Hobonichi Techo pen in this planner because the paper is very similar to a Hobonichi cousin. It's like thin paper like that. And I think this pen will work the best and not smear. So I'm going to use this today, and later on I might go back through and do a pen test to see if any of my favorite gel pens will work in here. But let me get started, and as I said, I will speed this up and put some music to it, and I'll come back later for a flip through and explanation. Alrighty, y'all, I think I'm done with my setup, so let's flip through and see what I did in here. So on the first page, let me zoom you in a touch. Okay, on the first page, our little calendar here, I just marked off some important dates that I want to keep in mind throughout the year. I'm going to be using this planner to track a lot of different things regarding my health and wellness, but one of the things I want to keep track of is my stress levels. And, you know, usually the busier you are, the more stressed you get. So I want to have a place where I can look forward and just see at a glance how much I have going on per month. The next two pages were the blank grid pages, and I turned them into vision boards. I got all these pictures off of Pinterest, and I put them together on Canva and just sized them down to fit this planner. And they're just different things that I like that motivate me, inspire me, make me feel better. If I'm not having a great day and, you know, I don't really want to admit that I wasn't feeling well or that my anxiety is high, whatever, I might not look forward to opening this planner necessarily. So I think having this page really helped this planner be a more positive thing for me. Now here we have the goal breakdown page. I'm honestly not sure how I want to use this, and I think if I do use it, I will fill it in off camera because it's broken down into daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and I can get very detailed and, you know, I kind of want to keep some stuff private, so I might fill this in off camera later. Then we have this is supposed to be a yearly tracker. I'm using it as a more detailed index calendar, so basically just expanding on some of the stuff from the calendar at the front right here. And I will also probably go back and record some work stuff in here once we get closer to the new year, because work is a big part of my life. I run my own business, so yeah, I have a lot of stuff going on with work all the time, and that is one of the things that most attributes to my stress. So I want to keep a really close eye on work this year. All right, here we have our quarterly priorities pages starting. So this is just quarter one. This is the only one I filled out so far. I do plan to go back and fill out the others closer to the date. So on this side, you have space to write some general priorities and then break them up by the month. So I did that, as you can see. And then again, I'm using this calendar kind of to see what I have going on each month, how much I have going on. And then I put a focus for January, and I plan to do that for the next couple months as well. I'm just really thinking about work right now. NPC stands for Nightingale Paper Co., my business. So I'm going to skip through these. And then the little calendars here, I'm planning to use this for highlights and gratitude. So I obviously can't do that until the month actually starts. I guess I could do the December one, but haven't done it yet. Getting into the weekly pages, this is where I did most of the planning, as you can see, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks really cute, but it's also going to be very functional for me. So over here on the side, I put a Bible verse for the week as well as an affirmation, because again, if I do end up having to track something really negative one day, like that I don't feel well, I'm in pain, I'm super stressed, whatever, this planner is not going to be a happy place for me. So I want to have happy stuff already in here waiting for me to help kind of pick me up and keep me in the right mindset. So that's why this is here. I also put a little sticker that I found from my sticker collection. It's from Happy Dea, and it is so cute and precious. It also matches the theme. I went for a very neutral theme just to get the year started off in like a light, fresh feeling. I think it looks really good. So up at the top, I did mark that I'm going to be on vacation and that we have a holiday going on, and then I marked back to work. I'm planning to use most of the space here to write about work and how it went, how it made me feel, how much work I did, that kind of stuff, as well as any big events that happened during the day, anything that might have made me really happy or affected my mood in any way. And then on Wednesdays and Sundays, I put this little check-in space. What I'm planning to do there is actually use my Winston emoji stickers from my shop. As you can see, I have tons of different varieties, different expressions and feelings. And I'm planning to take one of those and just stick it down as a really quick and easy way to show how I'm feeling halfway through the week, just to help keep myself, aware of my moods and not just blowing it off. I think twice a week is a good amount of time to check in. Down here, I'm planning to write down my calories for the day, and I have a little meal planning sticker. Then I did my habits. So for the first week of the year, my habits are going to be no added sugar, exercise, reading, and walk. I always tend to change up my habits. If you've watched my channel before, then you know I don't really stick to habits that well, so this may change as we go on. Over here, I made a little sleep tracker, and this is not the hours of sleep I'm getting, but the quality of sleep I get. So if I struggle to fall asleep, I struggle to stay asleep, I have bad dreams, whatever, it's going to be on the lower side, as opposed to if I fall straight asleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling really good and refreshed, we'll have a level 4 sleep day. And then over here, I made a little spot to write down stressors because if I'm feeling stressed, I often struggle to know exactly why I'm feeling stressed because I don't keep track of stuff. That's why I want to keep track of work and my moods more this year. So I'm hoping to identify specific things that make me feel stressed and write them down here so I can address them in the future. So that's the only weekly calendar I filled out so far. I'm probably going to make them look pretty similar though. I enjoy having a little bit of decoration, but mostly functional. But I did do some stuff in the back of the planner, so let's go back there. I'm really glad you get all these blank pages in the back of the book because the weekly spreads are pretty small, which makes this a great notebook to carry with you and use for an everyday planner, but there's not a ton of room to write extra notes if you have them. So I put some stuff back here. On the left, I made a January screen time and content planner, and I wrote down the days of the month. I know there's 31 days in January, but I was only off by one, and I didn't want to have one day in a second column, so I just skipped it, and I'll probably combine the last 2 days into one. So the reason I decided to record my screen time and the content I'm consuming is because I definitely am affected by what I watch. Like there are certain things that I'll sit down and watch and they don't make me feel good. Like after I watch them, I feel very sluggish or just kind of like blah. And I don't even know why I continue to watch that content or consume that content, but I do. So I want to write down what I'm consuming. And I think I'll be able to make connections between what I watched on a certain day and then back here, how my mood was or how my stress levels were. And I think it's going to make me watch less stuff, honestly, because every time I turn something on, I'll have to write it down in my little notebook here. And I don't want to do that. It's kind of like when you log your food, if you ever do that. And if you know you're going to have to log that you just ate, 2 Snickers bars, it kind of makes you think before you bite into the second one, right? On the right-hand page here, I made a currently page for what I'm focused on, what I'm loving, and what I'm looking forward to. Again, I think this will help with my mindset so I don't get super hyper-focused on work. I can think about work, yeah, sure, but I can also think about what I'm really enjoying this month and what I'm looking forward to for the future and just keep things in perspective and not get super locked in, especially because in January, that's when my birthday is. And for my birthday with my shop, I always do a big birthday event that's like a week long. We do tons of new releases, giveaways. It's a really fun, but it's very time-consuming process. And if I let myself, that is all I will think about. And when that is over, I'll just be kind of lost in time and space, not sure what I'm doing next, not sure what's happening. And I don't like that. I want to have much more balance in my life next year. All right, and the last little page I made here is a week 1 overview / check-in. So I just wrote week 1 at the top. And then I gave myself 3 sort of topics that I want to evaluate in all this space right here. I'm planning to do 2 pages for this. So I have birthday sale progress, clean eating and workouts. And I really want to make sure that that is what I write about and not just work, because I know myself and I know if I let myself, I'll sit here and write 2 pages about work, everything I've done, everything I have to do, my goals for the sale, how I'll feel if it doesn't work out, what I want to do next year, because that's just how I think. But again, I'm working on balance this year and I hope I can work it out. So my update is a true update on my life and not just on work. I'm actually thinking about expanding this and adding some more topics or maybe adding some more little charts and stuff because I did like drawing this little chart right here, but I've never done it before. So I'm just going to have to go through the first week and see what happens, see how I feel, see how I use things, because I think all this stuff is going to be very functional for me, but I have to be realistic, and if it doesn't turn out to be functional, I will change it. But for now, that is my plans for my health and wellness planner for next year. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video. Again, thank you so much to Erin for sending me this planner. I absolutely love it. But that's about all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you next time. Bye!